Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So, key signatures. Yeah, they apply, but they don't apply. Okay. Doesn't matter. Guitar, piano. I don't care what instrument it is. You've got principal chords. You've got relative minor chords in each key signature. So if you're playing in the key of C, for example, your three principal chords are C, F, and G7. Your relative minor chords are A minor, D minor, and E7. So let's go to something a little more complicated. Key of B flat. Your chords for the guitar are B flat, E flat, F7, G minor, C minor, D7 for the relatives. Okay? So, do you have to use all of these chords in the songs that you either do yourself or you're playing somebody else's song? Absolutely not. In fact, you will find that most songs out there will not use all three chords of the principal chords, nor will they use either any of the relative minors. They'll pick other relative minors from another key signature, or they may use one relative minor, or they'll use groups from several, right? And the same with the principal chords. They'll use the C for the key of C, but they'll be like, I don't want an F or a G7. It doesn't sound right for the words I picked. But a B sounds great, and so does an E, or so does an A7 or a suspended or a diminished D, And so when it comes to these principal chords for key signatures, they don't 100% apply. They're not written in stone. For an example, I have a song in front of me here that was actually originally written in the key of D, and it was also written as a very hyperactive song for the electric guitar part, which is only in a few different spots throughout the entire song. However, this song was rewritten for guitar throughout the entire song, and it was rewritten in the key of C. Now, as we've discussed, in the key of C, the principal chords are C, F, and G7, and the relative minors are A minor, D minor, and E7. So in this song, they've chosen to use the C, the F, and instead of a G7, used a G. Why? Because the G7 didn't sound right on the word sweet. Okay, G did. Same as the word door. They have the chord G for the word door. Same as for the word job is a G. Words like dead, bedroom, own, love, honey, all use the F chord. C chord is used throughout a lot of the words, and then you've got the A minor that's used on the word town, on the word spirit, and the word down, as well as the word revive is using A minor. And then when you go to the next page, to verse 2, the words dry is G, high is C, higher is F. Could you actually forget the G and just, go with the F on the word well and continue on to the next line until you come to the word lost, which is a C? You probably could. It depends on the rhythm you're going with and the other instruments in the band, what they're actually playing. Because piano is playing, although you're in the key of C for the guitar, the piano is playing it out in E flat. Okay? So this is how you sound to go along with a piano to sound good together. Okay, the piano is in the key of E flat, you're in the key of C, there you go. In key of E flat for guitar though, it's E flat, A flat, B flat 7, C minor, F minor, and C7. Like I said, you're not going to use all of those chords, and you may only use 2 out of 3 principal chords. You may only use 1 principal chord from that key signature. So you could use E flat, E, and G. You could also throw in a D7. These are all principal listed chords as far as off the principal side, but on the relative minor side, on some of these key signatures, there is an A7, a D7, a G7, an F7, and so on, and an E flat minor, B flat minor, and so on. So it's not written in stone. So don't worry about, I'm writing a song and I can only sing I sing the best in the key of C. So I need C, F, G7, A minor, D minor, and E7. These are the only 6 chords I can use. And that's what the mindset a lot of people get into, is they think that, wow, this is all I can use. How do I make this work? Well, you could make it work. It is possible, because some songs with right wording will go with that stuff, but there's a number of songs, and even ones that you'll write yourself, where those chords will not apply. And in fact, even the key signature may have to change from a C to a D. Can you sing in D? You should be able to if you can do C. You should easily be able to sing in E. It depends. Everybody's vocal range is different, but everybody has X amount of levels in their vocal range where they don't strain their throat. And the important thing about singing too, it's not just getting your pitch correct with the right key signature to play in, but it's also your breathing. Like, you don't breathe and suck in and then try and sing and push your gut out. You know, you push your gut out as you inhale, and you let it shrink as you exhale as you're singing. That's one proper singing technique for singing, right? And because you got to get your breath and you got to use that air. Well, you can't use the air if you suck in and then you compress your lungs down. You got to expand your lungs, right? And so that's just a little bit of a singing lesson for you guys too at the same time. But changing key signatures, you can actually use a capo if you want on your guitar, and use the same chords in different spots along the neck, and it's still going to sound great. So we'll give you a little bit of an idea of what we're talking about here. Get off there. Stupid thing. So let's say I'm playing something in G, right? But if I find that's a little too low, capo. Let's slam that up on the 2nd fret. Let's see how it sounds on the 2nd fret. Okay, that's not too bad. 3rd fret. Now this is bringing the pitch up higher, right? So you can use the capo, play the same chords, see if you can sing in different positions, and see which one sounds the best to you. Okay, now getting into talking about a capo, it's a whole other video of how that changes your key and everything else. But you know, you can go into the 1st. So you can find that song. So let's take this one here. Now this is played without the capo in C. Now that's not too bad, but could I bring that up? Let's bring it up one more. Kind of so-so, you know? I mean, you got to sing along with it, though. But the important part, too, is, okay, you got that figured out. Let's just say we're going to do that in the 2nd position. There's another part in this song in the chorus where you've got to play F, G, and A minor, right? So I think that could go up actually. So okay, now that's not too bad there, so let's go back to the beginning. So that's not bad. So you could actually do the 3rd position with the capo. But now you've changed the key. So now the piano can no longer do that in E flat if you're playing with a piano, right? So now the piano's got to transpose, right? Which also helps you match your voice, right? Now, when it gets to be ridiculous is when you're up here and you're on the 9th fret. Okay, try playing a song up on the 9th fret. It's interesting. That's difficult even to do the fingerings up this high because everything's so tight in here. So when it comes to this point, well, you can do it and get away with it, all right? Don't get me wrong, you can. But it might be better to transpose the music for the guitar so that you either use no capo or you're down lower on the fret and you'll be okay, you know? And transposing can be a bit of a pain in the neck. And, you know, but sometimes you got to do it and sometimes you don't have to, right? For myself and a lot of the stuff I've played over the years from different artists, as well as my own stuff, I've never had to actually worry about transposing things. But of course, for all these many years until the recent past year, I haven't had to worry about playing with a band all the time. Now I am. Now I'm got to deal with, you know, changing chords around, or, you know, adding the capo when I never did before, or, you know, something's changing, right? And that's just the way it happens to go, you know. But there is no hardcore, this is the only way there is to do it type thing with this stuff, okay? You can, as long as you take, if you're going to play it in C, as long as the C is in there, and usually at the beginning of the song is where it starts, you're good, right? If it's in G, you got to at least have the G in there, you know, and the G may actually work out for you better in multiple spots, not just at the beginning of the song, but in other sections, you know, and you can avoid that A7 completely. You know, it's really not that hard of math to figure out, but at least it does give you a basic guideline here of key signatures and principal common chords and relative minor chords that work with these principles. But the only problem with that theory is, because it's theory, it's not written in stone, is these A minors, D minors, and E7s can be used in other places with other key signatures as well. So that's why it's not written in stone, and that's what you need to understand and why it's not written in stone. But great basic guideline, that's for sure. You know, it gives you some idea. Go, oh, okay. Because it does make beginners a lot easier to be able to write their own stuff or even play stuff that's pre-written, and they can get an idea, you know. And then you got the transposing chart up here with different keys and different chords and that here. And it really is helpful, and it's not hard to understand. They make it very plain English here for you. So if you're having a hard time comprehending the chart, refer to here and read this first, you know, and read this about 50 million times, and then go over to here, and then you'll get how this works along with this, and you're golden, you know. But again, key signatures are not written in stone. Just the same way as a time signature for a song. If it's in 4/4, yeah, you could do it in 3/4. You can do it in 6/8. Whether or not it's going to sound good, that's the other story. It may or may not sound good in other timings. And you can mix multiple time signatures in a song if you wanted to. Sometimes this actually works out pretty cool and funky, but other times it can really work against you. So there are times where if the song is in 4/4, that's it. But what is 4/4? It's 4 beats to a bar, right? So, you know, same as 6/8. Same as 2/4 timing, same as 3/4 timing. They all different. This is how many beats to this, okay? And this is how far it stretches out, and you got to get all this jammed into this area and in a certain way, and that's the way it goes, right? However, that's why I said it's not written in stone. So I don't like this song in 6/8. I like to go 4/4, and I'd like to put this kind of a rhythm to it. Can I do it? Well, the only way to find out is to give her a go. Anyways, guys, that pretty much about covers this video. So, hey, sorry for the length, but, you know, I wanted to try and help you guys understand how that stuff works and whatnot. So, hey, catch you later. Bye.